Hello class. Today we're going to be talking about negation, which is lesson 2.2. So if you would look back here, please. To negate a sentence in French, you must negate the main verb, very key, the main verb in the sentence. So in order to negate the verb, you place the word ne, which is ne, the verb, and then the ending. There's multiple endings, so I'll further define what those endings could be around the main verb. So for example, now we'll jump over here, okay? There's the first and most common way of negating is ne verb pas. When you have ne pas around the verb, that simply translates to do not or not. So if your verb was to eat, right, and you put ne pas around it, it now becomes not eat, to not eat. Ne plus around the verb means no longer. So if I had eat in between, it now becomes whatever the subject was, no longer eats. With ne rien, which surrounds the verb, that is nothing. And for example, in my example I used over here, I did je ne sais rien, which means I know nothing. Then the last one is ne personne around the verb, which means no one. In my example, I used the example of je ne vois personne. I saw no one. So I'll just read you the example I had for the first one. Another quick thing you always have to remember, when you use ne pas, if you have a noun following it, you always put de. Ne pas, pause it. As I was saying with ne pas, when you use ne pas, if you have a of noun following the pas, as we learned in the last lesson, you would use either a definite or indefinite article to describe the subject. Whether you, in this case, whether it was a apple, because pa means apple, or whether it was the apple. However, whenever you use ne pas, it automatically becomes de, and it stays de. So that's the thing you have to remember with ne pas. As I said over here, it's subject plus ne plus verb plus pas plus de. The other three negations do not have de. However, ne pas does. So it's definitely important that you remember. It's imperative that you remember that. And that's it. That's all there is to negating in French. See you next time, guys.